realignment on the right of Australian politics was well underway before last week's coalition split. One Nation has been picking up voters frustrated at the major parties over cost of living, censorship and gun laws. Adam Harvey filed this report from the party's new heartland, the New South Wales town of Tamworth, during Country Music Week.
I hear the train rolling around the bend. I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when I'm stuck.
In Tamworth, the country has come to town. The crowds moving between the Peel Street buskers can hear both types of music, country and western. Many of the visitors are on song with a trend in Australian politics.
Are you one of these now 18 to 20% of people who are considering voting One Nation?
Yeah, well, I don't know if they're going to stand a candidate in my electorate, but I would definitely consider it, yes.
Steve Brown is here from Bridgewater, Victoria, to watch his son Tom perform. He's also a Conservative voter who's grown frustrated with the coalition.
The net zero thing, I feel like they've got this agenda that they're just going to send us broke at all costs for no reason. There's still a massive voter base in the middle, and I think the Liberal Party's gone left of the middle. And I think One Nation and that, they're filling the void.
Chris is from Melbourne.
Normally I'm Liberal.
Right. And are you considering voting for One Nation?
I'm thinking about it very seriously.
And why?
Well, I think there's too much division in the Liberal Party at the moment.
Since Pauline Hanson re-entered Parliament in 2016, One Nation's primary vote has been slowly rising, from 6% at the last election to 18%. According to polling firm Resolve, its highest ever. A separate news poll last week put One Nation's primary vote even higher at 22%, surpassing the coalition for the first time.
In the first 6 months, they took it pretty much from the coalition and their older base. More recently, they've started taking that from Labor as well, so they're hoovering up vote from both major parties.
Hasluck's vision was a single society.
Pauline Hanson's positions haven't changed much since her maiden speech to Parliament in 1996. Protection of local industry, a disdain for political correctness, and, of course, reduced immigration.
I and most Australians want our immigration policy radically reviewed and that of multiculturalism abolished. I believe we are in danger of being swamped by Asians.
And it is about Islam. It is about the people that we brought into the country. They're not people compatible and suitable for this country.
Miss Hanson's been on the same message for the last 20, 30 years, and it's starting to resonate with people because Liberal being so close to Labor, and they're dragging the Nationals further and further to the left, whether willingly or otherwise.
New England farmer Steve Coxhead was the chairman of the Tamworth National Party branch until October, when he and much of the branch shifted to One Nation.
Well, I like to put it that I didn't leave the Nationals left me.
He's disdainful of the climate policy of the federal Nationals leader, David Littleproud.
He's not listening to his membership, and that's why, in New South Wales in particular, the New South Wales Nationals are bleeding members, and I believe that One Nation are listening to people, and they have mainstream Australia's best interests at heart, and they are best placed to represent my interests. And I believe a lot of regional people are feeling the same.
The guillotine, which is when you have to vote.
The Nationals' reputation took another battering last week when it split from the coalition. As it imploded, 7:30 was in Tamworth with the party's former leader, professing sorrow at the schism as only he can.
This is more marriages than a weekend at the Gold Coast.
Barnaby Joyce's decision to defect to One Nation in December looks prescient. Is today, the mess in the coalition, a good day for One Nation?
Yeah, it's almost like I believe they're on a recruitment drive for the One Nation
it's just chaotic, and is chaotic by their own design.
Barnaby Joyce says he followed his supporters.
I had basically almost branches leave and join up and make One Nation branches. That was happening long before I was joined One Nation, so it's a wave, and I was part of it, and I wasn't the creation of it.
What in particular is driving it?
A malaise, a sense of frustration, an overemphasis on climate change as opposed to costs of living, a reluctance to firmly deal with immigration, and by so doing bring problems in and push up, such things as housing prices.
Peel Street is with Barnaby Joyce.
Thank you for what you do.
I try my very best.
Good for the country.
How are we going with the gun thing?
Yeah, the gun thing has really peed me off. No one should impinge on our rights to have a firearm. We are not the criminals. We did not murder those poor people at Bondi Beach.
Oh, I just thanked him for hopefully going to save our generation, because I know at the moment our country's been run by a bunch of idiots.
Here in Tamworth, support for One Nation doesn't feel like a passing fad, one that'll rise and fall from the charts like a one-hit wonder. The convictions here are deeply held that the major political parties are ignoring the most basic concerns, like crumbling services and the rising cost of homes. Issues that for many voters are directly linked to too much immigration.
Thank you so much.
One Nation is likely to win more Senate spots in 2028. But even if the party's polling numbers hold up, could it become a force in the House of Representatives?
Even if One Nation get 30-40% primary vote in a particular electorate, they require the preferences of another party to get them over the line, to get them over 50%. And there's currently no indication that the major parties are going to preference them to get them over the line. So it's very, very difficult to see One Nation getting more than a handful of seats.
The party, in a sense, is in the delicious position of being able to articulate all the problems without having to solve any of them.
That's a case of if we get the vote, we get the chance, don't we? And I can tell you right now, I'd say you take immigration. I say, look, you're going about it all the wrong way. Build the houses, build the schools, build the roads, build the dams, and then talk about how many people that you think you can absorb.
This will be the last stand for Barnaby Joyce as the member for New England.
How are you?
Good. You're doing a great job, mate.
We need Alan, how are you? Good to see you. Well done.
But he's a stayer. Well, politically at least.
People have been very good to me, and I can't drink them all. Otherwise, I find another planter box.
At the next election, he'll stand in the Senate for One Nation.